Good evening, everybody. This is the Collector, and this is the Collector Paint and Chill stream. I am the Collector, and this is my friend Leoki. Say hi.
How you doing?
So tonight I'm going to be testing out some paints. I've been holding out, testing out some of these because I was able to get some earlier than the rest. I just got the P3 Kickstarter in, and I'm kind of excited to test them out. You know, like new candy at the candy store. You know, you just gotta try them out. Are you familiar with P3?
No, not from what you told me about them the other day.
Yeah, so they've got a little bit of history in the hobby. They're kind of an old brand name that sort of stopped. They stopped making them, and they became kind of hard to find. At least that's what I saw. But then I saw a Kickstarter for it. I'm like, hey, why not try them out? I'm also going to be testing out these Blanche Army Painter paints, which seem to be kind of cool. They look like they're going to be. They might perform like the Fanatics range, which I've tested those out before already, and they're pretty good paints. And then I'm also going to be testing out these AMP Acryl paints that also came out recently. Not the same exact colors. That I'm not using like a 1-for-1 the same colors. In fact, I'm probably not even going to use the ones that you see here. This is just for you to see what I'm talking about. But I've got other colors. I think for this Thunderbolt, this Japanese Thunderbolt, I'm going to continue working on it in some form of a camo. And I'm just kind of deciding which paint brand I want to use with what. I already cheated a little bit with this Shadowhawk 2HB metal model. For this one, I already used the John Blanche Fiery Vermilion, and then their Blood Moon Red speed paint over it. Which, if you've used like the contrast paints from Citadel, it'd be something like putting like Mephiston red, and then putting a blood terror, like a corn red contrast over it or something. So it gives it a nice like a nice red color to it, pretty quick too.
Yeah, it pops.
Thank you. We've got the sauce. Hey, what's up, nerds?
What's up? What's up, buddy?
Looks like you're painting that Overlord dropship. It's looking good.
Yep, for the Merc Company.
Yeah, I still got to do mine, man. Mine's just sitting here, looking all dull and gray.
I meant to buy the Overlord C, but I screwed up and got the wrong one.
Ah. I didn't know they made a different one.
Yeah, that's the Overlord C. That's the clan version. Mine that's the standard Overlord.
Gotcha. Well, see, you know your stuff more than I do. Sauce. What you painting, Sauce? What you going to be doing tonight? Painting up my own dropship too. Sweet. What you going to be painting it as? And while we wait for his response, I'm going to start painting this Trees Forge Mad Cat 2 Enhanced, since I've already got it primed. And let's see, do I want to do the ant paints? Here, I'm just gonna pick here. We're gonna go with the Blanche first, and I'm gonna start with the darkness, which is one of the Blanche paints, like a deep green blue, and then we'll make this. We'll work it up to sort of a brighter, dark blue green. Maybe put it in my Sea Fox Lance or something, or maybe like one of the Davian Guard guys. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Put some on the wet palette here. I got it extra wet today. Oh yeah, I think I put way too much water in here. Here, let's sop some of this up. There we go. But yeah, that's really good right there. There was already a lot of water on this thing, but like even then, it still has like enough pigment to work with. Ah, shit's so good, man. All right, let's go ahead and start laying that in here. And if you have an airbrush, it's perfectly fine to use these over airbrush as well. Just thin them with a little bit of water. I just feel like hand brushing stuff today.
I was gonna say, is it straight or thinned?
The water, I have the wet palette, so it's kind of like thinning itself just by.
No, I meant for airbrushing.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. For airbrush, you wanna thin it because it's straight out of the bottle. It's still too thick. You're gonna be doing orange and blues. Cool. Those are good contrasting colors. Also priming my 15mm terrain. Sweet. Yeah, I'm excited to see your those buildings you were doing. So this, the Abyss, or the Darkness color, the deep green, it kind of reminds me of the Scale 75 Anthracite Gray. Actually, no, that's a little brighter. It's like this Abyssal Blue from Scale Color is what it's giving me the vibes of. That's cool. That's cool that I can sort of double up. I don't have to go after another Scale 75 bottle of that stuff. I can just use the darkness. Yeah, it's pretty much the same exact hue. It probably won't dry as matte, but that's fine. Yeah, today is going to be a nerding out about paint stuff while painting Battletech stuff. For the red panel lines, what did you end up doing? Did you just end up hand painting them?
Freehanding them with this.
See, I told you it was easier because I know I was like, but is there an easier way to do it? It's like there really isn't.
I was hoping like there'd be like something
like a trick,
just like watering it down enough, and then basically just putting the tip of the brush in there, and it just kind of seeps through, like through capillary action.
I mean, okay, so like you could have tried to do that, but like
be like 50 coats.
No, not necessarily. So, do you have this? Do you have any flame red Dollar Rounty ink, acrylic ink?
No, I was using the Pro Acryl.
Yeah.
The bold Pyrol.
So the reason why I didn't recommend this, what I'm going to talk about right now, is because I knew that you weren't gonna buy another product, you know.
I just spent
and these-
$140 on Pro Acryl.
this stuff can be expensive too. I don't know. I haven't checked the prices, but like, so this ink, it runs like ink, but it's so pigmented that you could just use it like
It
a pen
doesn't
wash
bleed.
almost. It doesn't bleed if you use it carefully. So if you have like and it even comes with a little ink dropper. See this thing? This little like
Yeah.
ink dropper. And so if you wanted to just drop a drop of it in the panels and let the paint run down the panels, you could have done that. But that's like, it takes a little skill to do, and then if you didn't prep your model right, it's not going to go where you want it to go exactly, and it could stain. And because this stuff is really highly pigmented, it could stain stuff that you didn't want to stain. If you didn't prep your area properly, you could get the ink all over your table and all over your hands. So it's one of those things where it's less work, and it's a lot easier to just take your fine brush and just do it by hand. Like, that's just the easiest way to do it.
Yeah. No, it was fun. Took probably, well, I don't know if it was really fun, but it was it was intense for about 2 hours.
Fun yet?
Oh yeah, tons of fun.
Did your first sergeants ever say that? Like, are you having fun yet? Embrace the suck.
There was no fun except for mandatory fun day.
That's what the collector paint and chill stream is. This is mandatory fun. You are being ordered to sit and paint. That is an order.
Well, let's see. I've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Oh. In the past day, I've primed 70 some miniatures.
Nice. Yeah, for that I do use the airbrush.
Oh, I did.
I used I've been using this Vallejo IDF sand gray, Israeli sand gray. It just flows right out of the airbrush, and I don't even have to thin it.
Yeah.
I mean, usually this stuff is like so thick that it'll clog the airbrush, but for some reason this one just right out of the bottle works perfectly. I've never had to I put like a tiny drop of flow improver, but that's it. Just like one drop.
Yeah, I've been using the Pro Acryl dark neutral gray.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah, I love that stuff.
Like in a 2/3 ratio, 2/3
Yes.
paint, 1/3 water, and no problems.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. That is the good stuff. I like brushing the Pro Acryl stuff on. But here I got a bigger brush now. I was getting a little bit impatient.
So
The
I have
sauce
these.
says,
Oh,
mandatory
go ahead.
fun day ain't fun, but it is expensive. Ugh. Mandatory fun should not be expensive, my friend. What were you going to say, Leoki?
So with silver and bronze panels, should I do a black wash on the silver and then like a brown wash on the browns?
You could, yeah. You could. Some people do flesh wash on the bronzes and golds because it's a lot warmer. It's a lot warmer of a wash. And that's if you want your bronze to be a little more warm on the shadows.
Okay.
And that's if you're using true metallic paints. If you're doing non-metallic metal, there's a whole different kind of idea that you have to think about when doing non-metallic metals. Usually you don't even use wash when you're doing NMM. You're just doing lots of blends and tricking the eye. I don't really do a lot of non-metallics. I've been wanting to get more into that just because of how good they look on BattleTech miniatures and just things that are in 6mm scale. That like cartoony comic book look.
Yep. No, I wanted it to look like not rust or anything like that, but like worn, like oil streaks coming down off the landing pad arms.
Yeah. You can use Null Noil or Agrax Earthshade. A lot of people mix the two and then just make like a oil and grime wash with it, and then just throw that everywhere. That works too. So that was the darkness, and it gives you that deep blue gray, bluish greenish gray, which is pretty cool. I'm a big fan of that color. It's a great base for blues or light blues or teals, or if you're doing like something like a green, that dark blue gray is perfect. Is a perfect base coat for even like dark greens or like jade greens or whatnot. I'm gonna let that dry for a bit because I'm feeling like painting tonight. All right. Let's see. For this guy, like I said earlier, we already base coated this thing with the vermilion. I wanted to do some highlights, so I guess I'm gonna move that for later. For now, though, I want to test out these P3s because I haven't even tested them out yet. Let's see. For this Japanese Thunderbolt, let's try this metal. A lot of people don't like.
Is that
metallic.
the new one?
Yeah, this is the new P3 Silver.
No, I'm sorry, the Thunderbolt.
Oh, not new one. This is the one of I think it's Sir Mortimer's.
Oh, okay. So it's not the one that Brian promoted the other day.
No, yeah, not Brian's. This is SMB's.
Ah.
Yeah, I had already started with the missile rack here, but I wanted to get more down. Let's do some of these metallics. I'm gonna test out this P3 Quicksilver. I'm guessing it's gonna be kind of like the Tooth and Coat's silver. Like it kind of gives me the same vibes on the flakes. It's just a little bit brighter, but we'll see. We'll see here. I put agitators in these ones. They didn't come with agitators already in them, so for everybody that's curious on those, they do not come with agitators. At least not the ones that I got. So you'll have to put your own little agitator, little mixing balls in there. And I got mine from Amazon. I just bought like a 100-pack. All right, let's see. Let's check the consistency of this stuff. Put it off to the side here on my wet palette. Let's see. I might want to zoom in here a little bit, just so people can see how they are. Okay, so yeah, there's my P3 Silver. There's a little bit of water right here already. Let's thin it down just a little here. Let me change the angle of the camera here. Or maybe the angle of the light, so you don't get all that glare. Yeah, you can't even read it on the camera. Alright, so it looks pretty smooth, actually. Okay, not bad. Let's see how it looks on the model. This is that IDF sand gray or sand desert sand color.
Oh, that's the base prime. Okay,
Yeah, that's what it looks
that's
like.
not bad. I like that.
Yeah,
I need
it's a
I
good
need to get a
neutral
light
color
primer.
too. It's a good neutral color because it's not so dark that you have to work colors up, and it's not so bright that it like messes with the base coat. You can put pretty much any color over this. You can put reds, yellows, whites. You could put blues and dark blues and stuff. It'll all work fine with this color. It's a good neutral primer. Okay, I'm really liking this Quicksilver. Like, do you see how smooth that is?
Yeah,
That's not like flaky at all. Like it's good. I'm liking it. Sorry, I'm getting excited about paint.
he's getting excited.
The paint excites me. Oh. Oh man.
I can make a joke there, but I'm not going to.
I'm getting wetter than this wet palette, Daddy.
Okay, we're now officially R-rated.
I always put the
We're not PG-13
age-
anymore.
age restrictions. Actually, no, I don't think I put the age restriction yet. God damn it. I'm gonna have to go back and yeah, if you're watching, I need to if you know how to do that, let me know on the in the comments how to set it up. Because StreamYard doesn't let you do the age restriction thing until after post editing. So, but we're not going to go that far. Let's see. Let's do the arm joint metallic paints here. Yeah, this is impressing me, man. It's almost as good as it's reminding me of the consistency that like the Pro Acryl metals have. It's just buttery smooth. It has a nice flat semi-metallic finish to it. And I have it really thinned down because it's already being thinned down by the wet palette, and it's still covering pretty well. It's not bad. And I'm not really being that careful either. I'm just, even if the brush flicks a little bit of metal in other spots, you know, I can just make that like a paint chip.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, as you can see, there's a good metallic shine there. Even when I move the light source, you can kind of see.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Let's see. Zoom out for just a second. DeSauce says, smooth. As smooth as you, Sauce.
As smooth as sauce.
Yeah, the flip tops are like an extra add-on that you had to add because the regular ones are going to come with standard dropper bottle caps. So if anybody's curious about that too, the flip top was like a $1 add-on per, or like a 50-cent add-on per bottle. It's like 50 cents or like 25 cents, something like that. It wasn't that much. little titty machine guns. And then a little, it's like a bayonet on the fist here. And we'll do the big ol' like AC-10 or whatever this thing is supposed to be. The large laser. If you have a camera, Sauce, and a microphone, let me know. I can get you an invite. You can share what you're working on too. Don't be shy.
Join us.
He doesn't want La Migra to watch and be like, oh, we know where he lives. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. Okay. Well, next time you if you want to get on and you're able to be on a computer or something, let me know. I'm broke. Story of my life.
Pretty much, join the crowd.
You got mouths to feed and bills to pay. Yeah, we're always broke.
That pro Acryl order, pretty much like, oh, there goes my fun money.
And then Aiden also, he just did his Death Ray Designs order, and he's going to be spending like $200. I was like, damn, bro. Big money. Big money bags.
Yeah, I think a couple people were going in on that order too, though.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said that a couple people were going in, but he said that the majority was his order. Yeah.
Well,
I've been meaning to get into the Death Ray Design stuff. I've been trying to save up to get some what's it called? What's that game called? The other mech game. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's the,
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it though.
The Steel Rift. Steel Rift. I've been trying to get into Steel Rift for a while. Pretty much everybody I know plays that game, and they like the models that they make for them. Terrain primed, dry brush begins. Well done. Hey, and if you can, do me a favor and hit that like, please. I never get enough likes. I know at least 6 or 7 people watch it. I only get like 1 or 2 likes. Help Daddy out. Help Daddy. Daddy needs your love. No, you don't have to like. My buddy Chad, he's got like the spiel down perfect. He's like, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe to keep the show going. But he's putting out way more content than I do. He puts out like a couple of videos every week. He does. He's been doing mech reviews. He just finished the paint roulette invitational thing. That was really cool. We got a lot
I saw
of
a bunch of posts on that.
Yeah, we had a couple Chemospecs guys. We had a couple people from other BattleTech groups that don't usually or normally associate with us. So that was kind of cool. And for the most part, everybody behaved. So I was impressed. I was like, hey, these people know how to behave now. That's good.
Yeah, for once.
Right. Let's see. What color do we want to do? You know what? I'm gonna do the Thunderbolt in like a green camo, and I'm gonna continue using these P3s because I'm liking it. Let's see. My order came with like a couple camouflage looking camo greens. Let's see. There's Ordic Olive. This one's kind of like an olive drab green almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that could work. And then let's see, what's a good like camo brown? What's this one? Meneth White. I guess this could work as like a neutral tan to go with the green. So
yeah, it's a little light,
tan,
but yeah,
it's a little light. Let's see, maybe something darker. That's too dark. That's a little closer to green. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This might work better. What do you think of this one? This is it's called Bile Thrall. It's almost like
that kind of reminds me of mustard.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Let's see. Let's see. What else did I get with these? Jackbone. No, that's too white. Let's see. Moldy ochre.
For a tan, maybe, but not a brown.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a tan, like a green and tan.
Oh, okay.
So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna open these up. They got these little like seals that you see on like medicine bottles and shit.
The plastic purity seals.
Yeah, the plastic purity seal must be opened.
All right, Sauce. You have a nice shower there, buddy.
Think of me when you're in the shower.
And then he never comes back. That's the last time we'll hear of him.
And Sauce was never seen again.
Some
Which would
say he's
suck
still
because,
showering till this day.
Well, this could suck because I'm already freaking stressing out over the campaign. So
Oh, which one? The PvP one?
yeah, ours.
Oh, you saw where I moved.
Oh, tomorrow I'm not too concerned with. I got enough big boys to give you a good fight, but pushing it on three fronts is kind of stretching my patience.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, Fox is good and all, but he's not a strategist.
Right.
So.
Well, I'm just a blunt force instrument, so I will hold Tamar. That's my job, and so I'm gonna do my job, and that's really all I can do. And my forces are all pretty much at full strength, so depending on the missions, you know. I think what's going to determine our games is going to be whatever missions we roll, you know, whether it's a mission that'll benefit you or a mission that'll benefit me is what will determine the outcome. Like if I have to do with the forces that I have, if I have to do anything that's mobile heavy, like where I have to like run to an objective and like all the way across the map, I'm probably not going to win that. But if I just have to like hold a point with my 3 stalkers and my Marauder 2 and all my IF2s and IF3s and with my new, because I had to pay for the swap of my secondary special ability where now all my vehicle lances can get the special abilities too. So I'm just gonna bleed you essentially if you choose to engage my forces. And that'll be my job, just bleed you. And then I'm sure you're probably going to do the same to me.
No, I actually thought of a different strategy to contend with you.
Cool.
But I'm more concerned with shoring up the fronts right now.
Yeah. I think Salad and Aiden have a pretty good idea of like what they're gonna do. And we discussed like attacking some of the planets that are closer to your guys' homeworld. Just to see, like, one of the ideas that we threw around was me going not to Tamar but to Belith or Benith, whatever the planet is to the left of Scandia, the big one.
Oh, Benefield?
Yeah, Benefield. That was the initial idea that we were throwing around. They were like, hey, why don't we just send Collector to go, you know, send his Dragoons over there since he's got all that weight, and just to start tearing that place up. And then we realized, we're like, oh, but what about Tamar? And so we had to we made some discussions about, you know, what would be the smartest move. But I didn't really have any say in the strategy. Like I'm honestly not really that invested in the PvP campaign. I just kind of want to have fun. So for me it's just, you know, I like PvP and I like to have fun. And I'm LARPing the Dragoons, and I've got Shar Aznable, he's in there, so lore accurate with his battle master, so everything is legit. I'm really not happy with this moldy ochre. It could just be me. Maybe I overthinned it, but
it reminds me of yellow mustard.
Prince of Yellow so mustard. this is a different one than the other one.
It still reminds me of mustard.
Yeah. Like Grey Poupon.
Fire up the mustard cannon.
Yeah, it's good. It's just I don't know if I didn't shake it enough, but like the pigment is not all that there. But I'll give it a bit to dry and see if after it dries it gives me better performance. Okay, there we go. I shook it up a little more, now it's working. Could have just been pigment or how I was applying it. Yeah, it's not looking bad. The thing about these P3s is they also dry like matte, and so that's another desirable attribute of these paints. So that's all good to me. And just because the paint doesn't cover in one coat, that doesn't make it a bad paint. It just means that you have a little more control over the, I guess, the saturation of the color. Like the Too Thin Coats paints or like Citadel paints, some of them have the same attributes as this, like the layer paints.
Yeah.
You have to layer them a couple times before they cover fully. But yeah, I'm not stressing out. I'm not stressing out the PvP games at all. There's no reason to. Hell, and if you wipe me out, then I get to just focus on the PvE stuff. So I might just overcommit and just let you wipe me out. Just to see what happens.
Don't take my ideas from me. Dude, after Pool dropped out, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm starting to get a little tired here.
That's what I felt too when he gave up. I was just like, "Aw, come on." But I understood why, because he plays a different campaign at the other store, and so he was just getting tired of getting beat up on by pretty much everybody. He's like made to be like the punching bag of every game he plays.
Well, he brings it on himself because he builds the craziest shit that's like, oh no, he has to die.
Well, not just that, but like I feel like people like Pool and me and you and Aiden and Salad are like we like to hyper optimize, and so we want to have like stuff that hits hard. But then, the average gamer doesn't really want a game to be that stressful, and so they're really there more to have fun. And so when you have a group and a third of them are the hyper optimizers, but then the rest are just want to have fun, and then you get put in the team with most of the people that just want to have fun, you end up being like the only threat. And so everyone on the other team will target you because they know you're the threat, versus the people that they know are just gonna play to have fun. And then the people that are just playing to have fun, they either give up or they just sort of play again just to have fun. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but like in a PvP competitive setting, like that can get a little annoying for the competitive player, because the competitive player wants to be in a team that wants to win, not in a team that just wants to have fun. And so our group doesn't have, I guess, the numbers, I think, for something like hyper competitive play, which is why I haven't really committed that much effort into the tournament stuff, because most of our players, we just want to play. Like, we just want to have fun and play. We don't really want to compete for prizes and have brackets and leagues and stuff like that. While some of us might be interested, I don't think everybody's interested in that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've put it out there, the Solaris 7 stuff and the ideas. And, I got like 2 or 3 people that were like, oh, this is cool. But then like everybody else is just like, no, not interested, or just not even engaging. So it's fine. I mean, I'm pretty good at reading the room and being like, hey, This isn't what people want. Okay, we'll do what people we'll do more of what people like to do. And
Yeah.
I've noticed that there's more interest in classic. So like, if people want to play more classic, I'm down. We got the grinder set. We got the big hex map. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, I just was like, I need a break from classic, but I'm starting to miss like the customization.
Yeah.
You know, like, because to me, like, you know, the customization, that was like half the fun.
Right.
And, you know, I like that Warhammer build that I shared to Salad, and he basically groaned and freaked out about. It's like, yeah, that's something I'd build and run.
Right.
You know, it's expensive, but you know, it fits my playstyle.
Right.
Because it had 2 large pulse lasers for shooting fast stuff, and then 4 medium lasers and a streak 6. It's like, and with the hardened armor, the ferrolamellar armor, it's like, yeah, I can shrug off a PPC or 2 and get into range and then really start to have fun.
Right. Yeah, I saw the build. I thought it was something that you could run as like a boss battle or something. It'd be fun to take on. See how much punishment it can take. The fun part about classic is you never know when someone's going to get that lucky headshot and kill your guy with like a AC 20 to the face.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even with the ferrolamellar armor, you know, the head takes 20 pips. The pilot still has to do a piloting check and a bunch of other stuff. And
I don't even think it had enough in the head to withstand that. I think that would have killed the pilot.
Yeah, that would have killed the pilot.
I don't think there's really anything out there that's going to withstand an AC 20 to the head.
Right, and like if you have a mech that's got like 2 ERPPCs or something, and they both hit somebody's face, like that's it. That's it for that super lamellar Warhammer. You know, like I don't think there's anything inherently unfair about the custom mech building. What some groups do is they only allow like 1 custom unit per force. So like out of your entire army, you can only have the 1 custom unit, and that helps to like prevent cheese builds.
Yeah.
So, you know, you still pay the battle value points for the unit that you're making, but you know, I don't see anything wrong with having like 1 hero mech, like that's your main character's mech or whatever. Like that's pretty cool. And it lets you have fun. You know, you get to personalize something. You know, you can even paint them differently than the rest of your forces.
Oh yeah.
Or like in this case, like if I field a whole bunch of battle mechs, I can use the Japanese Thunderbolt and make this like a super customized mech, and it'd be like, oh shit, that's their Gundam. You know, like that's their unique. Their hero mech. It's the commander. Watch out! Yeah. Okay, so this lighter color, this moldy ochre, even after a couple coats, you could tell it covers, but it's not covering as well as like Pro Acryl paints do. Or as well as like the new Fnatic paints do.
So it's a 2 thin coat base, basically?
I'd say this is more like a 3 coat. This thing needs way more than just 2 coats to cover. So in regards to P3's case here, the metallic was perfect. But this yellow ochre, this moldy Let's see, it's a natural light green yellow is what it has. I appreciate this new addition to the P3 paints. They're kind of copying what Fanatics does, where you've got like the game color name here, but then you have like what the color actually is right there. So this moldy ochre is actually a natural light green yellow. And then let's see, does it tell you the formula? No, it doesn't. It doesn't tell you.
Yeah, you bring your Japanese Thunderbolt. I'll bring my Japanese Black Knight.
Yeah, there you go. I have Kinklith. He's gonna be printing some of those for me, but not for money, for commission. So I'm gonna paint some of his stuff, and he's gonna print me some stuff. That way I can get my hands on one of those.
Yeah. So out of the, I ran out of RP, but out of that, all those units that I bought for the Tesla gang, they're all skill 3 except for him.
Watch that guy, the one that you just left skill 4. Watch him be like the guy that gets all the head caps. How much you want to bet?
Probably.
Just to spite yourself.
But he's the one I'm most worried about losing.
Yeah. He's the one with the shield, right? The shield and the...
It's, hang on.
What's the BLK 3NT or something? Or NT3?
It is... Where are you? The 7... BLK NT3A. It's energy, melee, and shield.
Yes, yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. That's the one that has the sword, the shield, and the big old gun.
But it's 7-3. So
yeah,
you chew through 7 pips of armor. Well, you know he ain't got jack diddly for structure.
But the shield, when you choose to have the shield up, it'll -1 to a minimum of 0. So if I only land 1 hit, I do 0 damage. The shield allows you to avoid the minimum of 1 rule. So
okay.
shield makes it where you don't take any damage. as long as I only land 1 hit. And that's again if we're using the individual dice rules thing.
Right.
Which if you're doing the full damage rule, you would technically always take like a hit, you know, for anything that does more than 1 pip of damage.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I reread the rules because I think Salad was the one that brought that up to me. He's just like, this is the one time where the minimum of 1 doesn't apply, and then I looked it up and it said something to that effect where it can go to the minimum of 0. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then it's just on the front arc. So if you shoot at a mech that has shield in the back, they don't get the shield benefit because they can't block behind themselves.
Gotcha.
So that's another way to beat them. All right, now we're going to try the P3 Ordic Olive, which is a deep medium yellow-green, which I'm guessing is very similar to the bright yellow-green or yellow-green from Pro Acryl. So we're going to test this out here on the same guy. We're going to do some camo streaks. Here, I'm going to use a smaller brush to get this camouflage in. Okay, this one works good. I like this green. It's not as see-through as the yellow one was. So that's not looking bad. Here, let me fix the zooming focus here.
That's not bad. It's a little bit lighter than olive drab, but not by much.
Yep. And that's just one thin coat there, so I think another coat will solidify it. Again, you can see that these paints, the pigment density does not seem to be as dense. But again, not a huge problem. It reminds me of like the old Army Painter paints, where you had to do like a couple layers. Did you see the paint roulette video that Chad did, where he showcased all the painters?
I didn't see the video. I saw one of the posts of like some of the final submissions and stuff, but I haven't
nice.
really gone through and looked at all the submissions and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of good work, man. A lot of good stuff. Especially the stuff from the Camospecs guys. Like they did a really good job. Grab my little paint holder thing, or model holder, just to help me grip this guy. There we go. Are you going to put decals on your dropship?
I wanted to, but the decal set that I had Snicket do me, I can't frickin' find them.
Ah, crap. Have you asked him to see if he could make you another one?
No, I know he
Sure
can make me another one. It's just like,
it's embarrassing.
yeah, I was mad. I was looking around all night last night. I'm like, for the life of me, I don't know what happened to him.
Nah, he's cool, man. He won't shame you.
Oh,
I'll
I'm
shame
not worried
you.
about-
I'll talk shit. He won't, but I will. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I'm not worried about him shaming me for it. It's just like, God dang it, now I have to pay him again
Yeah.
for it.
I had a like a little bit that came with one of my Kotobukiya model kits.
Yeah.
And I lost it. I lost the thing, and I emailed Kotobukiya, and they sent me a replacement part. It took like a couple weeks, but they sent one, and they did it for free too. They're like, "Oh, you don't live in Japan, but we'll, just this once, we'll send you a replacement. Just tell us where you live." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you so much," because it was just like one little part.
Yeah.
And then like I freaking found it, so now I have like two of the same. Yeah, I thought I lost it, but I ended up. It was just that I put the damn thing, the little bag with the part, on my shelf where I have all my 3D prints, and I just didn't look up there. I was like, oh shit, why the hell did I put it up there? So, it's when you're looking for something you need is when you can't find it, but then when you're not looking for it, that's when you find it.
Yep, and you don't need it.
And you don't need it, yeah. And now I have an extra piece that I don't need. I should send that to Kotobukiya and be like, "Oh, sorry guys, I didn't need it."
I found it. I'm sorry. I'm a dumbass.
I found it. Sorry. I'm a stupid American. I'm sorry. No, they were so cool too, because like they sent me an email in Japanese, and I translated it, but they knew what I was saying. So they used Google Translate to know what I was talking about. And they were so fucking polite. They're so cool. So shout out to Kotobukiya for being like the best people. I appreciate you guys overseas. You guys are awesome. Yeah, and their products are awesome too. I like their models. Their models are pretty cool. They do all the Armored Core kits. I still have to put together my Armored Core 4 answer. What's his name? The old guy, the old guard guy, the one with the reverse leg joints. That thing's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, I got a couple frame arm kits I still got to put together. I still have a couple total eclipse ones.
Nice.
And stuff.
Yeah, Muv-Love. The Muv-Love Total Eclipse.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. Those are pretty cool models. The anime is interesting.
I like the anime.
What's there not to like?
Not that anime.
Oh, I know what
PG-13
Muv-Love anime.
one.
I'm talking about the Muv-Love anime.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
There's a censored one, and then there's an uncensored one.
No, it's the one that was like on Crunchyroll or something, so it's got to be the censored one.
I'm pretty sure that's the censored one. But like there's like a Muv-Love like graphic novel, and so there's that. You already know where that goes.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're gonna goon, you gotta goon all the way. Just not all the way, all the way. Never go full goon. You never go full gooner. Not on the internet.
Unless you're in Goon Swarm, then you're just an asshole.
I was in Goon Swarm. I was an asshole. I was just raiding people's shit because they told me to raid it. And then they would give me ISK, and I'd buy more shit, and then they'd make me go raid again. They're like, go raid Goon. Go! Goon Swarm! Live for the Swarm!
You know, I really didn't care what they did in, their holdings in low sec and stuff like that, and their fights down there. But when they were just like trolling me in high sec, it's like, leave me the hell alone.
Yeah, I did a couple things in high. They were doing shit in high sec when I was on. So we did, and it made it easier for us because we had goon commanders that were in high sec just recruiting people into goon swarm and as they paid us and helped us buy shit, we would just go and attack assholes, and merchants and steal their shit.
Yeah.
And then if we got blown up, we could just respawn and go back like in seconds. So what sucked was whenever Goon Swarm got the space stations locked down, and then we couldn't fucking spawn anymore because I guess like too many people were complaining.
Oh, it was probably one of them.
Yeah, because like we weren't letting regular people enjoy the game. We were pissing everyone off, and so they got the company involved to like stop fucking swarms and shit.
Well,
and then you had other corporations that were like helping like the normies, like they were just like the anti-goon squad people.
Yeah.
Mercenaries that were like killing anybody that had the goon tag.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that's fine. If I'm in high sec, leave me the hell alone. If I want to have some fun, I'm gonna come down. I'll come down. I'll bring my stealth bomber. I'll go down to Bomber's Bar, and I don't really care. But
yeah.
If I'm running my Tech 3 ship mindlessly, just doing missions and shit, just because I'm bored, leave me the hell alone.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty when you're just trying to have fun and then some mob of assholes come and just destroy, put you in nets, put you in webs, don't even let you go, and then don't even do anything to you. Just sit there and troll you.
Yeah.
I know goons that would just throw nets on people and then they would just swarm them and just like not let them go anywhere until you logged off, and then when you logged off, they'd kill your fucking ship and loot your shit. And then on the in chat, you'd always see them like trying to harass people and like extort them for fucking money.
Yeah.
Give us your money. It's like Grand Theft Auto, but in fucking Eve Online. Grand Eve Auto.
Yeah. It's like they web you and scram you and stuff, and it's like, oh, give us $1 billion ish, you have a tier 3 ship. I'm like, yeah, I just bought it with the $1 billion I made. I'm trying to make it back. Leave me the hell alone.
Right. Or they gaslight you into like not wanting to play anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons
why are you even playing? Why are you playing if this is what EVE Online is? Stop crying. Yeah, it's like, come on, guys. But like, that's the thing is like, if you joined Goon Squad, Goon Swarm, that's what the recruiters would tell you. They'd be like, yeah, this is welcome to EVE Online. Like, we'll help you, but if you don't join us, like, we're just gonna use you for fun. Like, you'll just be our punching bag.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, I guess I don't want to be a punching bag. And they're like, all right, welcome to the Swarm. I mean, I thought it was funny because I hadn't played EVE Online, and so I got in because of like all the videos,
Yeah.
Like all the cool like EVE Online lore videos, and then I find out like a decade later that there's this whole lore behind Goon Swarm. And these other corps that had like real life shit, like real life blood feuds, and like people were like doxing people, and apparently somebody found like one of like the Goon Swarm commanders' house and like shut off their power. Just to fuck them over. And like, no, what was it? They had one of the Titans, like one of the big colony ships.
Yeah.
And they were getting ready. This opposing this Op4 like faction, I forget the names, corporation. They found out where the commander who owns that fucking Titan lives, and they shut that dude's internet off and power from his house off, so that when the raid happened, he couldn't escape. He couldn't leave the ship, like get the ship out, because his internet got shut down. And so the OPFOR destroyed that fucking Titan. But like with real life terror acts, like real life terroristic acts, I was like, yeah, with how bad the BattleTech community is, like EVE Online puts the BattleTech community like to shame. Like EVE Online is like
they make them look like church boys.
Yeah, you look like choir boys in the BattleTech community. EVE Online do not fuck around, man. They've got lawyers. They've got people on the inside, because apparently there were people in Goon Swarm that were actual EVE Online employees.
Oh, really?
That's how they funded the recruitment campaign. Because they were just giving themselves money in the game, using hacks and codes from the with their server admin privileges, and then that's how they were recruiting people.
That's fucked up.
Yes, but what's even more funny is that the people from the opposition, they also were people who worked at EVE Online. So it was like inner company feuds.
Oh, I wonder how that went down in board meetings when that shit came out.
Oh, they got fired. They got fired and just like their accounts got banned, but then they just started new accounts and alts until they quit doing that. They were just like, okay, it's over now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There was another corporation. They were like a gambling corporation.
Yeah, I remember.
That would sell. Yeah, the casinos, and I guess the owner of that one was also a CCP or CHP or whatever the name of the company.
CCP, yeah.
Yeah, they were another CCP employee also.
Oh, really?
But they were making. This guy got hit with real charges because he was extorting people. He was like charging people real money for in-game ISK that he was just popping into thin air. And he got hit with like fraud and extortion charges.
Oh, I can believe that.
Like, bro, getting rich off of a video game, dude. And then you look at Star Citizen. You can only imagine, like, the fucking...
Thing is, I have a whole bunch of ships from Star Citizen because I actually liked the project, but now I'm like, yeah. I don't want to get ganked on a ship that I paid in real life money for and then lose it.
Right. Well, unless you're paying the monthly insurance thing, the thing where you'll always get your ship back, but you have to pay that monthly fee to get your ship back.
Yeah.
I finally quit my organization from Star Citizen. I was one of the commanders, one of the top 4 people in charge, and I just quit. I was just like, nope, can't do this no more. No one was playing. The whole server was taken over by bots and shit. Like nobody was in there. There was like a couple people that were still in there. I just gave it up. I'm like, I can't. Everybody moved on. Like nobody even talked about Star Citizen anymore. Everybody was just like, oh yeah, I'm doing my own thing. Oh, I got married. Oh, I got out of the military. I'm doing this now. It's like, oh shit. And the only people that were left.
And it's also Robert Industries' fault because it's this it's a pure case of project creep. It's like. Just
at this point, let's just call it what it is. It's fucking fraud. It's like long game legalized fraud. They found a way to fuck people out of money, cheat people out of money with a dream, and people bought it. And the thing is they did provide a product that people can use. So is it fraud? That's the only reason why they haven't gotten. They never lost a lawsuit because they have a product. Like they legally have
I
a
don't
product.
classify a beta as a product.
Right.
Because I mean, I used to do early alpha testing for video games.
Yeah, same.
And that everything was wiped at the end. So
Yeah.
what did it really matter?
Right.
I was there looking for bugs, hacks, exploits, weird
Yeah,
shit.
you were working for free for a company so that they could make the game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so this olive green from P3, it that's like 1.5 coats right there, and that laid on perfectly. Unlike the yellow tan. So maybe it's just a problem with their yellows. But the green and the silver looks like it works just fine.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. You know, with a little bit of wash and then like a dry brush, that's going to look really good.
Yeah.
All right, so let's put this one to the side. All right, which one haven't I haven't tested out the amps yet. Let's see, what colors do I have that came in this set? So the amp ones are interesting because it's a lot of kind of like the John Blanche stuff. It's a lot of darker colors. So you've got like this Payne's Gray wash, which is another like a dark color. You've got this steel, which is just a dark silver. Let's see. You've got the red orange, which is just a darker orange. You have black red, which is just a dark red. You know.
Yeah.
So let's see. What do I want to paint here? I want to paint something. You know, I want to use them on something. But I got so much crap. That's the problem. I can't decide what to paint. Tell me what to paint, bro. Here, I'll do.
I want you to paint my Raptor 2s.
We'll talk about Raptor 2s in just a second. I'm going to go use the restroom, and then I'll be right back.
All right.
All right, I am back.
Welcome back.
Raptor 2, thank you. Raptor 2s. Raptor 2s.
The ones with stealth.
Yeah, I know which one it is.
Yeah.
I know what the Raptor is. Yeah, what kind of a scheme would you be looking for? So
I was thinking like the cloaking effect that we had talked about, where like it's got like the blue flash down the center of it, and then like one half of it is just kind of like a base pattern, and then the other half is like a tree or a building or something.
yeah. But like, what would be the camo or the camouflaged portion would be the environment, but what would be the non-environment color?
Well, my base camo scheme is black on red, but it's
Yeah.
like, would that transition well into the stealth side, or would it be too much of a divide?
No, I think it would work just fine because, black, that black paint job kind of has that SR-71 style that we talked about.
Yeah.
That was kind of what you were looking for, was something that looked like stealth fighters, stealth bombers, like the old, not like the new ones that are just the gray, but like the old Gulf War era shit, like the B-2 Spirit or the F-117 or something.
Yeah.
And you could do like a black and red, like stealth camo, or not stealth camo, but like a stealth fighter standard paint, and then do the streak, and then do like a desert or like trees or like a bush or underbrush or something on the other side. And then how you do the transition is also important. So, you wouldn't want that camo line to just be like a straight line across the mech, because that would look kind of dull. You'd want it to be like in an angle or like wavy, like wavy pattern around it or something to look
ripple,
like like a ripple effect. Yeah. So.
Yeah, because I haven't primed or painted the Raptor 2s, and then I got a bunch of the Comstar ones that you've been using, the old ones like the Raijin and
the Nexus.
The Nexus, and what's the other one?
Raijin, Nexus, and the Cataphract, the unseen Cataphract.
I thought the Grand Dragon was one of them.
Yeah, Grand Dragon's another one. Yep.
Yeah, because I did the
Grand Crusader. Grand Crusader.
Yeah, I have the Grand Crusaders. I primed those.
Yeah.
But I haven't primed the insect looking ones.
Yeah. Yeah, they would look cool with with that like camouflage ripple effect, like that active camo style.
Yeah, I just don't think they actually have the AECM on them.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah. So, wouldn't fit with the mech wise, but for the Raptor, it'd fit perfectly.
Right. But you can still do the black and red standard like stealth camo look.
Yeah. I did those, I printed out a bunch of VTOLs and attack helicopters, and I did them in that the green color shift. They look insane.
Nice.
I gotta finish
the
doing
yellow flash.
No, the green one.
Which one?
The green flash.
Show me.
This one.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, my bad. I said yellow flash.
Yeah,
it's green flash. Yeah.
Let me grab one of the helicopters. Sucks getting old.
You telling me? I like it. Yeah, that looks good.
I just gotta do the red highlights and stuff on them.
Here's the cicada that I did with that same green flash, or with a little bit of null oil on it. You could see the all the panel lines.
Yep. And then I did a handful of them with the blue.
That one that I used.
Yeah, and that came out really well. But
Oh yeah,
that tan one, or not the tan one, but the
orange one.
Yeah, I did like 3 light coats of it, and it's I haven't hit it. Like I said, I haven't hit it with a wash yet. But it's like, yeah, I'm not really digging this one.
Yeah, I liked it. You just have to do way more layers than you think you have to.
Yeah, I was more concerned of it blobbing up on me. I see in like 1 or 2 places where it did kind of pool in a corner and stuff. It's like, yeah, shit.
Yeah, you have to move it around a lot, and you have to try not to let it. You have to try not to wipe off the undercoat, because if you move too fast, you're going to be scratching off the paint that you put in there previously, and then putting more paint on top of other spots, and that's just going to cause that uneven, blotchy look.
Yeah.
So you just have to be careful. Here's a little bit of the new amp color steel, which, as you can see, it's a lot darker than the silver P3 paint.
Yeah.
But I think this is another winner. This is another. The thing about the Pro Acryl line is they're always consistent. Like every single paint, it just performs exactly the same. So I'm going to give that one a win. I'm probably going to be getting more of those anyway. For the P3, I'd say just avoid the yellows, because the green and the silver worked fine. I'm guessing the reds will be just as good, or the blues. But yellow seems to be like a hit and miss when it comes to, and that's like a dark yellow. That's like that ochre. It's almost like yellow ochre from Vallejo. But I'm going to use this steel for the metallic portions of my Mad Cat here. I think I need to clean it up still. Yeah, whatever. We don't need to clean it up yet. But yeah, for that transition, that active camo, I might have to do like another video just dedicated to how to paint like a 2-tone active camo OSL crazy effect on a model, just because of how complex it would be to do a video like that. And like I'm not an expert at doing that stuff, so like I'd want to practice it a couple times and see how good it looks myself before I'm confident enough to do it or to do a video on it. Like I think I can get it looking like a reference picture. Like I'm pretty good at imitating a style. Like if I see a picture of a Camo Specs piece, I can imitate the style pretty well, like I did with one of Kevin Dubb's work, his what do they call them? The like the Snow Raven scheme, the all white, but with like the Raven feather, hand painted feather texture. Like I did that for a commission for somebody, and they liked it. They said it came out really well. It's one of my best pieces. I've done the Clan Wolf scheme. I've done some Star Adder schemes. So it's not hard when you have like a reference picture to work on, because you can just kind of imitate. And if you don't know how to do a specific thing, you can always look up videos on how to do it, or you can just ask the Camo Specs guys, and they're really cool too. I've talked to them and asked them painting questions all the time, and they've given me tips and like what colors they use, what paints they use, like what techniques they use. So ask and you shall receive. Are you finished painting?
No, I'm letting the
taking a break.
Yeah, I'm taking a break. I'm letting the washes dry, and then I'm gonna hit it with varnish through the air gun.
Sweet.
And I think it'll be done because I'm tired of touching it up, and I
Yeah, I feel
spent
you.
too much
I
time
feel
on
you.
this drop ship for something that's just going to sit on the table.
Yeah, it's like it's not. People aren't really going to be looking at the dropship. They're going to be looking at your models.
Yeah.
So.
Then I got to do all the little highlights and metal work and stuff on the Tesla squad, and I still got to do the jeweling canopies for the campaign stuff, and yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do.
Yep. And so is the hobby. A constant, never-ending process. Yeah, I also have like another stalker mech I have to paint because I added another one. And then I have 2 imps I have to paint. And I think that is it for the PvP stuff. And then for the PvE campaign, I just got a bunch of other crap I gotta paint, including my own Hansen's Rough Riders mercenary stuff, because I have my own faction stuff that I haven't even finished painting yet.
Yeah. You've just been doing nothing but commission work.
I have, yeah. It's just commission work after commission work, but I mean, it's good money, you know. It's good. Helps me pay for some of the shit that I need for paint and some stuff that I want, like if I want like another 3D model or an Ironwind Metals model or something.
Yeah.
So. I haven't really talked about the Ironwind Metals thing on the stream. You know, there's what I've said in our group's Discord, and then there's what I've been saying in my own personal Discords.
I have reservations, but it is what it is.
Yeah. As long as Mark and Melissa are doing well, I'm happy with that, because they were the owners of Ironwind Metals, and they've always taken care of the customer. So I have no problems with them at all. They've always been good at customer service, and the people that they put in charge are really good at customer service.
Oh yeah, no, I've had a couple blisters from them where there was part missing, or it was a duplicate of one part and was missing the other one, like with the Morpheus, where one model was fine, but the other one had just 2 regular arms instead of just a regular arm and then the claw arm. It was like,
I remember that.
But no, they're like, send me a picture of the blister and send me a picture of the sprues, and you know, we'll take care of it. And they did, and it was like, I don't know, probably a week and a half later, I got the replacement claw arm. It's like, cool.
Yep. Absolutely. That, and I've never seen anybody from Iron Metals go on social media and act retarded, so.
That too.
So that helps with the what I would call their reputation. So.
Well, that's the thing. You can have all the opinions in the world you want, but when it's your business, you don't alienate half your customers.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what just happened with. I'll tell you a story that just happened recently.
Sure.
There was up in Maine. There was a restaurant that opened up on Main Street, and they sold, big giant burritos like Chipotle.
Oh yeah.
But they were like the old school Chipotle. I mean, like these things are just packed. and they were really, really good. Like they were
Nice.
better than like old school Chipotle. And small business, great people in there. Never had a problem with them. Ate there at least once a week, and never, no issues whatsoever. And then the owner has been posting a whole bunch of just deranged stuff
Yeah, that's a shame.
against a certain political party. And it's like, you just done pissed off half your customer base. Because, I mean, she was using like every name in the book. And it was like, really? And that's the thing. And because where I lived in Maine, if you went down to Portland, that'd probably be acceptable because that's like kind of their safe zone. But out in BFE where I lived, no. That's not the average person out there. That's the opposite end of the spectrum.
Right. I've heard of that sort of that difference.
Oh, they've had to take their Facebook page down and everything, and it's just like, I don't know. I can't do it. If I'm going to have a business, politics has nothing to do with business. Well, I'm sorry.
And like it can, but it doesn't need to be so vitriolic and like one-sided. Like you can have a intelligent and spirited discussion about political ideas and views as a company in a neutral and well thought out manner, because other companies have done it. I mean, even some of the older MCU movies that Disney put out, like some of the older like Iron Man, and like Iron Man 1 had political commentary in it, but it wasn't one-sided. It was like Tony Stark got blown up by a missile that his company made in Iraq or Afghanistan or whatever. And so there is politics in there, but it's from the perspective that has a genuine point to make, that when you fuck around, you find out. And Tony Stark fucked around and he found out, even though he's supposed to be the hero, but then he learned from that and tried to be better.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's
a political statement that's perfect. That makes perfect sense. There's no one's against that. And it doesn't matter who Tony Stark voted for. It doesn't, because everyone knows he was an asshole who was just a rich guy who was narcissistic, and but that's the character. He's playing a character, and that's the character he's playing.
Yeah.
And just because he got blown up in Iraq doesn't mean that he's going to change overnight and all of a sudden he's a fucking hero. He's still an asshole in the first movie.
He's an asshole
towards the end where he's like, he's still an asshole, yeah. But his character, that's who his character. He's an archetype of a character.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not
the
playing.
Character itself was an asshole.
He's not playing just a carbon copy of some real world person. Like they didn't make him Elon Musk. They didn't make him Donald Trump. No. He was just Tony Stark. But now everything has to be a stand-in for some asshole in real life. And that's when companies make a mistake. They make the mistake of losing the plot and focusing on bullshit.
Well, it's like, I want to go to the movie to escape reality. I don't want to go to a movie and have to relive reality.
And then when you pointed out that, hey, this isn't letting me escape reality, well, now you're all the names, right? You're everything.
Yeah.
You're all these bad words because I don't know, you're not just being a dumb consumer that just consumes anything.
No.
So
I just think the civility's been lost.
well, I think that that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes civility needs to be lost, and people need to be put in their place. And you need, not being scared of that is important.
No, like
because
no. Like so, like what I was getting at, like so, like I had friends that were the opposite end of the spectrum of my viewpoints.
yeah,
And
me too.
We could sit there, hang out, have beers, have barbecues, visit with my god kids, all that kind of stuff, and we could have discussions, adult discussions, and sometimes they could get a little heated, but at the end of the day, we still respected and loved each other, and didn't have any issues. But now it's like, been completely ostracized just because of my political views. It's like, what the hell did I do? I didn't say shit. I haven't even talked to you in over, a year. And then, you flip the script and pull a complete 180 on me. It's like, what did I do?
Yeah. Well, and that's sort of, that happened on both sides, because I remember seeing some of my friends who were on the opposite side, right? And I would see what they post on their profiles, and I'd be like, hey, what the hell? Like, why are you saying this? This isn't true. And then, like, not even attacking them, just being like, hey, like, the shit you're saying is really stupid and wrong.
Yeah.
Like, why do you believe that this is true? And then they turned on me, and again, I told you I was a very hard leftist person a while back, and it was because it's because of that goal. Oh, what happened? Are you Oh, you're just shaking a paint.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were
Take out the
signaling
varnish.
or something. Squirrel. No, I used to be a hard lefty, and then I started seeing sort of what was happening, and I started questioning things. And that's the thing, you can't question anything. If you question things, you're wrong. And so it's like, oh, I guess I was wrong. And so you admit that you're wrong, and you learn, and then you stop making those same mistakes. And then anybody who doesn't want to follow you, or people who don't want to admit that they're wrong about something, they leave you behind, and they're like, oh, well, good luck being all by yourself over there. It's like, sorry, but I'm not the one that's by myself here.
Yeah.
The isolation thing doesn't work on me, because I was a weirdo kid when I was a kid. Like, I was the weirdo that not a lot of people hung out with anyway. And then, you join the military, and you find out that pretty much everybody in the military is a weirdo. So,
Yeah.
And I got along with my fellow weirdos. So then I get out, and these fucking psychos want to disown me and call me this and call me this. Like, well, I mean, I didn't get along with people like you anyway. Like, why would I want you near me? Like, I'm not looking for your validation. I'm looking to find people like me, not like you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not inclusive. It's like, well, you're not inclusive of me. You don't like me. You don't like how I think, how I talk, what I believe in, and you expect me to bend over to you. Like, sorry, but no, I don't do that. I don't bend over to people. And some people don't seem to understand that. They think that I don't know, they have a deranged sense of ego, where they think that they're so perfect and awesome and popular and well known, and that they have so many friends and this and that. It's like, okay, well, I'm glad that you have your little pod of people that validate you, but I'm not going to be one of those people. And this, sucks that it has to be that way, because I'm not validated everywhere I go. Like, people aren't bowing down to me and kissing my ass everywhere I go, and I don't expect it. I don't expect that. Like, if people think that that's how the world works, they're going to be in for a rude awakening, because eventually they'll run into somebody who doesn't bend over and says no, and then that's when they start crying and getting angry. It's like, well, you can cry and get angry, but I'm still not going to do what you want me to do.
Pretty much.
It's like, but why? Because I don't feel like it. But why? Because fuck you, that's why. No, what was that movie with Christopher Walken? It's like a meme now, where the dude's like pulls a gun on him, and the other dude's like, turn around, or like, get down on your knees, and Christopher Walken's character is like, no, I'm not going to. And then the guy with the gun's like, why not? And then he says, because I don't want to. He's like, I don't feel like it.
I don't remember that one.
It's like some weird gangster movie. I forget the name. But it's like that meme,
I can only take Christopher Walken in short bursts.
Yeah, he's kind of a one trick pony actor. He has the one personality, and that's who he plays in every movie.
It's not just that. It's like just the stiltedness of his speech.
Oh, the speech
drives me
impediment.
bananas.
Speech impediment? It's a speech impediment, is what I think. I think that's just the way he talks.
I've never heard him talk in interviews or anything like that, so I don't know if that's true.
Really?
But it's just like in his characters and stuff that he's played. It's just that, just the rhythm of his speech and stuff. I don't know.
Like
it drives me
off filter.
Yeah, it drives me bananas after a while.
I guess he's an acquired taste.
I mean, I like the movies that I've watched him in. It's just I don't go
annoying.
out of my way of watching, his movies.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, me either, man. I just watch.
I mean, like there was oh shit, what is his name?
What happened?
Comedian, actor, was in some of the Adam Sandler movies.
Oh.
He was in Dodgeball. He was the main character of Dodgeball.
Black hair. Has like a goofy face. I think I know who you're talking about.
But you know who I'm talking about.
Let me see. I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about. He did a lot of like comedies also.
Yeah, he's a comedian. It's on tip of my tongue. I can't spit it out.
Ben
Stiller. Not Ben
Stiller. It's not Ben Stiller?
Dodgeball.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn
was in Dodgeball. Justin Long, I think, is the main character. Justin Long.
No, Vince Vaughn's the main character.
Vince Vaughn is the main character. Okay.
So, he does like kind of, like those slapstick-ish, like raunchy comedy.
Yeah, he does the raunchy shit and plays it straight. Like he plays it like like that the raunchy shit is casual. Yeah, that's his shtick.
So, but he did a movie. It's called Rumble in Cell Block 99.
Yeah. And
it actually showed his acting prowess.
Really?
It's not slapstick. It's not comedy. It was a brutal story. because he's like basically he's just an average guy trying to get by, but he's doing less than above board work. Like he'd run drugs or guns and stuff for people, but he'd never get involved. And then he was a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
He got laid off, and then he went back to his old friend who was a drug dealer and was working for him because his wife was pregnant. And something happened on a drug bus, and he ended up getting sent to prison.
Yeah.
And he's playing this no-nonsense character, and then the cartel that got screwed basically kidnapped his wife, and they had hired this abortionist from China or Korean, or I think it was a Korean. They said he was the Korean abortionist or something, and basically blackmailed him. They're like, you're in prison. You have 48 hours to find this person and kill him. If you don't, they're going to do evil things to his unborn child and wife. And he's just like, okay, fuck it. And just goes on a complete rampage through this prison. And it's like,
Nice.
I have never seen him play a role like that.
Do a movie like that, yeah.
And it was
I'll have
good.
to check it out.
Yeah,
I mean, ooh,
It
that's
was
a crazy
good.
screenshot. I just see a screenshot of a dude's face smashed in. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm sold.
Oh yeah, he curb stomps him.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. Like, oof. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
have
not
to,
one to
I'll
watch
have
with kids.
Oh, I'd never watch I never watch any adult shit in the living room. I always watch it either on my phone or on my laptop or something. So they don't even know if I'm watching something that's like rated R.
Oh yeah, no, but it was. I mean, it was good. It was like it really surprised the hell out of me because I had seen clips of it on, YouTube or Facebook or something, shorts, and I'm like, this is Vince Vaughn playing a serious role. And then like after seeing like 3 different clips of scenes of the movie, I'm like, okay, I want to watch this movie and see what it's all about.
You're making me want to watch it right now. Actually, I might get it and watch it.
You won't be disappointed.
I've been watching Reacher. Have you seen Reacher?
Oh yeah, I've seen them all.
I'm on the 3rd season now. I just finished 2nd season yesterday, and bro, it's really good, dude. Like it's really well done.
First season was really good. Second one was kind of like meh in my book.
Really?
It was okay. It's just like the story didn't really gel with me personally.
Gotcha.
But the 3rd one is good.
I mean, I was expecting the 2nd season to just be like more fan servicey because the first seasons, like the story of the first season seemed very well written, like very down to earth, very kind of like realistic, makes sense. I understand why Reacher's the way he is, why he's the way he is. But then the 2nd season came around and it's like, oh, we gotta fill in the backstory and we gotta make him like the cool anti-hero and he's gotta fight a bigger, badder bad guy, like all the things were already set up to be bigger than the last one. And so I expected things to be like cheesy, and yeah, it's a little cheesy. There's a lot of cheese in the 2nd season. But I appreciate that. I appreciated the cheesiness.
The third one gets better though with the backstory.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
I'm not.
Don't tell me. Okay.
No,
okay.
I'm just saying. As far as like the backstory development goes, the third season did a much better job.
Okay. Cool. You know what my favorite scene of the second season was? It was the scenes with the detective, the New York detective guy, the one that Reacher just fucking hates.
Oh yeah.
Even though he was the one that fucked him up for no reason, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, and the detective dude's just like, I'll unhandcuff you right now. We go round two, and like on a dude that's like twice his height. I'm just like, come on. But like that's like the New Yorker, attitude. But like then the cemetery scene happens, and like spoilers for anybody that's watching that doesn't want the show fucking spoiled. Don't listen. But like they're getting shot at, or before they get shot at, he confronts the detective, even though the detective just had like a heart-to-heart with the buddy's wife and kid that just died. They're at the funeral, and this cop's like throwing his heart out. He's just like, and you could tell that he's saying what he's saying because of something that maybe happened to him in his past. And he really sold that. The acting there was immaculate. And then Reacher just, oh, what? So you're just gonna take advantage of my dead friend's wife and kid, getting in so you could fuck them? It's like, damn, bro. Like, and the guy was like, are you serious right now? Like, did you really thought I'm just like being a creep, man? Like, and he's like, don't ever call me a dirty cop. And then Reacher's just like, I'm gonna say it again. Watch me say it again. And he's like, do it right now.
Yeah.
And like his eyes, both of their faces, man. Like the acting is it impressed me because I don't know these guys. Like I don't know these actors. So just seeing these actors that I don't know acting like that well, I was just like, this is the kind of shit that like arguments that I've had with people that ended up being my friend because I just misunderstood who they were, and I'm like a A-type personality, and I just don't, I don't get along with some people because I assume the worst.
Yeah.
Like a person we were talking about earlier that I don't want to say the name, and then you end up liking them because it's like, man, we really do have a lot in common.
Yeah, I mean, so like and I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but like,
oh, you better not. I don't care that you're taller than me.
Some of the stuff that you'll see. How far in the third season are you?
I haven't started third season. I haven't even started it. I just ended second season. So I'm at he got on the bus.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
A fair amount of it takes place in Maine. Okay. It's not fucking Maine.
Okay.
And
okay, that's it. That's all you got to tell me. Let me find out. Let me just find out.
Well, no, it's like some of the things he does.
Don't tell me, man. I haven't seen it.
No,
Don't tell me.
It's like they're trying to make him a superhero. He's not a fucking superhero.
Stop. Let me fucking watch it. Just let me watch it. Just let me watch it. Let me watch it. All right. And yes, he is a superhero because that's what all these movies are like. They're about that. They're about heroes. They're about the vibe I got from season 1, from the moment he stepped off that Greyhound. He was a superhero. The style that I'm getting is very like Ronin, very like the Lone Wolf, the Ronin, the American version of the American samurai without a master.
He's not a superhero. He's an anti-hero.
No, but not really, because the little seeds that they sow, like at the beginning when he was just walking down that street and he sees the dog fucking thirsty as hell, and he jumps over the fence and he gives the dog water, and then that asshole comes out and like, hey, what are you doing in my yard? And then he tells him like you didn't give your dog any water, so I gave him water. And then the dude lies and it's like, oh, he must have tipped it over. And Reacher's like, if you fucking do that again, I'm gonna beat your ass. Like that's superhero stuff, man. Like that's like the shit that you want a superhero to do. Like not the big. It's not always just about the big stuff and fighting the big bad guy. Sometimes it's even just the little stuff, the little things that when you were a kid you would see in the street, and you'd be like, man, if only Superman can come here and like beat this dumbass up and tell him to stop being an asshole.
Well, that's the thing. Superman wouldn't do that. So, like, if you want to draw like a polarity from like Reacher to a superhero, the person I'd most closely identify him with would be the Punisher.
Yeah, he's like the Punisher. Yeah, pretty much.
But the Punisher's an anti-hero.
Yeah, he'd be like he's like a part. Yes, I know, but he's still a superhero. Like, I know what you're saying, and I know that you know that I know what an anti-hero is, because I know the definition anti-hero because I said anti-hero like a couple minutes ago, so you know that I know the term. But in I guess the normie speak would be that he would just qualify as trademark big letter E. He's a superhero. That's kind of how he's like, especially after the first season, because of the first season they establish him as the anti-hero / realistic believable hero type that everybody loves, because he makes the asshole the chief like him, the black guy. He makes him like him. He makes the girl like him. He gets the girls. He's the kind of hero that you want to be like. You want to be like that guy. The only not what I liked about the second season was that they made him not like the perfect guy, like he wasn't the perfect guy in the first season, but in the second one they really made him not like, he's really not like a good guy. He is like the Punisher type. He's always been that way. Like,
he has his own moral compass, and
he has his own moral compass. Right. And what I didn't like, I guess what you could say, something that in a real person, not a superhero, but in a real human being, if they do what Reacher does, which is, I just walk around with nothing on my back. Like, I only carry my toothbrush and my wallet in my pocket, and that's it. Like, it's so pretentious. It's so corny and cheesy. Like, how they double down on that, like in the second scene.
Yeah.
Because like they fucking take like the $600 million that they get, and he like helps everybody. He puts the kids through school of one of his friends, and he sends money to the dead buddies, and he like gives a business to the bitch that he fucked like 8 times in the damn second season. And then when they ask him, Reacher, so what are you gonna do with the money? And then he's just like, well, I need a new toothbrush. Like, oh, come on, dude. Come on.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, he's cartoonishly humble. Like, it's unrealistic how humble he is. That's why I think that's what makes him a superhero. Because a real anti-hero, like someone like the Punisher, would say like, I'm gonna go fuck some, I'm gonna go buy a hookers and do some coke, or he'd say something like what an army guy would say, like he would make a joke.
He's like, I'm gonna go kill the next bad guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go kill the next bad guy. He's not gonna say, oh, I need a new toothbrush. Like, get the fuck out. With who knows how many millions now he has. Oh, no. My other favorite part of that second season, the whole like couple first episodes where he's like telling Neely, the girl, the black chick, like, I'll pay you back. Like, I'm gonna pay you back. Like, I need a new suit. You got the test? She's like, I got you. You don't have to pay me back. It's like, no, don't worry, I'll pay you back. And then like 7 episodes in, or like 6 episodes in, when they fucking when he kills that dirty cop got his friend killed.
Yeah.
And he takes the wad of fucking cash and gives it to Neely and is like, now we're square.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I liked that. That was really good. And she gives him that look like, motherfucker. Like I told you, you didn't have to pay me back. But then, then at the end, he like really paid, because he did it behind her back. He's like, he tells her, he's like, I knew you wouldn't accept any money if I gave it to you directly, so I just put it in a retirement home and fund for your dad because your dad's sick.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I know that you can't give me that money back because I already spent it. And so she's just
exactly.
Like, I appreciate that. And then she says, did I ever tell you that you're a good friend? And then he hits her with her line. He goes like, not nearly enough. That was beautiful. Like the way they set up these characters, man. It's so good. It's such corny but good writing.
Yeah.
It's wholesome. It's like the most wholesome, like dark military fantasy, anti-hero fantasy story.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. Now, if you're telling me that the third season's really good,
it's better
I'm
than
definitely gonna watch it, of course.
It's better than the second season. Not as good as the first season, but close. I'm kind of splitting hairs between which season was best, but like the first season was better. Third season is a damn close second place.
Yeah.
They got their. I kind of want to say they got the groove back with the third season.
Okay. I mean, I don't think they lost it in the second, but I got you. I get what you're saying. I enjoyed both. I had a good time with both of them. I need to find those books. I need to probably I want to either get them on Audible so I could listen to them and just listen to the differences between the way the show does it and the books are.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the books might be even more hardcore.
Did you ever watch Justified?
No, I haven't. I heard of it though.
That's a good show to watch.
Yeah. I seen Jack Ryan. I saw all the Jack Ryan. That was really good. I enjoyed those. I like a lot of the Tom Clancy stuff.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not like as realistic, but it's it's got that cool style to it.
Like the younger Jack Ryan stuff, or like the Harrison Ford Jack Ryan stuff?
The Amazon series, Jack Ryan.
Oh.
The one with what's his face from The Office. Hey, Sauce is back.
Hey, welcome back.
How was your shower, Sauce?
That was a long
shower, brother. Mm.
You fall asleep?
No, he was thinking of me. It just took him a while. He was trying to rub it out. He's just like, damn it, collector, damn it, he keeps popping in my head. Oh my goodness. Well, that's I think that's good. I pretty much tested out most of these paints. So in regards to my assessment, because I really wasn't even really planning on doing like a full paint review, just kind of playing with them and showcasing them. The P3 stuff, the Kickstarter, the product is really good. I think people are gonna like that, unless it's more expensive than the Army Painter stuff, the New Fanatics or Pro Acryl. If I don't know what MSRP is gonna be per bottle because I bought them as a Kickstarter thingy. I got the 50 paint pack. It was like 100 and something for it. I think that might be a little too much for what you're getting. Like, you're really not getting a paint that's that much different than Pro Acryl or the Army Painter. They're about as good like on the Japanese Thunderbolt. The only gripe I had was with the yellow ochre, since I needed like three and a half coats just to get it to sit there and actually look like a base coat over the primer. And the primer wasn't even something dark. It's just that like Iraqi sand desert tan. But the green and the silver, as you can see, like that was just one coat of the silver, and it's really smooth and really shiny. It's got a good luster to it. I've got a couple other metals with it. I'm sure they're going to be perform just as well, even on a wet palette. You don't really need that much paint. As per for the green actually looks good too. That's just one coat, like 1.5 coats of it, and you saw me paint it. Looks really good over the paints. Overall, I'd give this a recommendation if you can find them. And the pots, it's a little bit more paint, I guess, or about the same amount of paint that you would get in an army painter paint, just in a different form factor. As for the John Blanche stuff, it's pretty much as good as any of the War Paint Fanatic paints. They perform really good. You're going to get the same exact performance. They work well. And then for the Pro Acryl stuff, you already know my take on that. They do exactly what you want them to do, and they all the Pro Acryl paints pretty much perform that way. So if you want my recommendation, I'd say just stick with Pro Acryl. Like overall, stick with Pro Acryl. If you like Army Painter, the Fanatics are good. So that's my take. What about you? What do you think? From what you saw, what would your assessment be, Leoki?
I'd say the same. I mean, their silver is really good. The green is good. It's decent, but it'd come down to what's its price point versus a Pro Acryl green. I mean, I have a ton of Army Painter stuff, and I'm starting to build my Pro Acryl stuff, and I like my Army Painter, but sometimes you have futz with it.
Yep.
Pro Acryl, no, it's right out the box. It's good. You don't really have to do anything with it. It runs through airbrushes better than Army Painter. I don't know. I really haven't deep dived into the cost of Army Painter versus Pro Acryl. I think they're pretty much comparable to each other, but for me, ease of use and quality, I agree. Pro Acryl it's just my go-to. But people love Citadel, people love Vallejo, and it's whatever works for you. Test out and then do it. Like I said, I got a bunch of Army Painter. I'm building my Pro Acryl. I have like 2 boxes of like 120 different colors of airbrush paint, and I don't really use them. I use the Pro Acryl, or I use the Army Painter. If I'm going to run the Army Painter through my airbrush, it's like, okay, gotta water it down, but it still works better than cheap airbrush stuff.
Yes, sir. Here's some more. I used the Army Painter John Blanche stuff for Kinklith's Monty Python Black Knight here, and then a couple of Scale 75 paints. But yeah, you're gonna get a good look with the Army Painter stuff now with the new formulas, with the Fanatic formula, and then of course Pro Acryl. If you still have Scale 75s, you can always use those to get that ultra matte like look on certain things. That's what I use Scale 75 now for. I use it to get just another, like a different effect. Like if I want something to look leathery, like it's made out of cloth instead of like steel or whatnot, or if I want it to have just a more matteness to it, I'll still use my Scale 75 paints. But yeah, no, I agree with what you were saying about the Pro Acryls and the Army Painters. Sauce says, Army painter is my choice. Okay, that's a good. I mean, that's a fair choice, especially with the new Fnatic formulas. And I'm
Yeah,
not. Look, I'm not getting paid for this. Like, none of these people fucking know who I am. I'm invisible, so this isn't just me going, hey, you know. Oh, and by the way, Raid Shadow Legends. Like, I don't have any fucking sponsors, nothing like that. Like, this is really my opinion. And if something's really shitty, I'll say that it's shitty.
Yeah.
The Fanatics are good. Like, the new Fnatic paints, they're good. They're not like better than Pro Acryl though. I would say they're about just as good. With the difference being that the Pro Acryl, they're just slightly better when it comes to like the pigment and being able to thin them down. And
yeah, Pro Acryl just barely, in my book, edges out Army Painter. I have no problems with Army Painter. Like I said, I got a whole ton of it, but
yes,
I'm just from what I've been doing recently, it's the Pro Acryl because I've been doing a lot of airbrushing. Now, like if I go to do like my finer detail work, I'll use Army Painter because I'll use the blacklight paints, and I love like the Army Painter silver and weapon bronze and aluminum and stuff. I like their metallics, but I don't have any Pro Acryl metallics yet to compare them against. But since I have so many bottles of Army Painter, I'm going to use that first.
Gotcha. Hell yeah, man. Well, I think we've beaten this dead horse hard. Sauce, if you're still out there, you got any last minute comments? We'll just wait for him, and then once he doesn't have anything
Any
else
more
to say,
pearls of wisdom?
Any more pearls of wisdom from our master of wow.
The master of Dhaka.
The master of Dhaka. Wa be with you. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for being on here with me, Dan. I appreciate you. And
no, it was fun.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Always. I'll shoot you another DM if I plan on doing any more streams during the week. I think I could probably pump more of these out, honestly. Like, if I'm usually just sitting at my desk painting shit, so it's not a problem for me at all. If it's not a problem for you.
No, if I'm free.
All right, y'all. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the like if you like listening to two veterans talking about shit, and if you don't, then you can hit the dislike, and that's cool too, because infamy is fun. And Sauce, you have a good night, and anybody else watching, you have a good night, and God bless you all. Peace out.
Later.